back to our science class. This is Teacher Yhan and I'm your science teacher. Before we start with our new lesson for today, let's have a short review on what we have discussed last week. Okay? So last week, we learned about the parts of the body, including the outer parts and the inner parts, right? So let's see if you can still identify the pictures that I'm going to show you. I'm going to show different pictures of the parts of the body and then you're going to identify. Okay, let's see if you can still remember. So let's start with this one. What is this one again? What part of the body is this one again? This is called eyes. Good job. What about this one? What part of the body is this one? This is the nose. It's called nose. Good job. The next one is, how do you call this one? They are called feet. 2 feet. What about this one? Do you know what is this? It's called hand. Good job. It's called hand. So for today's video, we're going to talk about the functions of parts of our body. Different parts have different characteristics and different functions to do an activity. Some parts need to work together. Okay, so before we continue, we have to learn some vocabularies for you to better understand our topic. So let's start with the word tongue. Tongue. Can you repeat it after me? It's tongue. So this is a picture of a tongue. Okay? Everybody, every human has a tongue. Also, animals have tongue. Next, we have the word teeth. Teeth. This is a picture of teeth. What is the color of your teeth? It's color white. Okay, it's color white. And we also have skull. Can you say that again? Skull. Can you repeat it again? Skull. Okay. So, this is a picture of skull. This is the bone of our head. It is a strong bone of our head. Okay, it is called skull. We can see that many other parts that make up the body have different functions. Here are their functions and let's start with the outer parts. Okay, so we have eyes. Again, eyes. Okay. How many eyes do you have again? We have 2 eyes. 1 and 2. So, our 2 eyes are used for seeing. Now, the outer eye is made up of an eyelid. The eyelid is the skin which covers the eye when closed. Okay? This is eyelid. Okay, can you touch your eyelid? It's this one. Okay, now we also have eyelashes. Eyelashes. These are the hair on the edges of your eyelid. Okay, can you touch your eyelashes? It's here. Okay, they are the hair on the edges of our eyelids. Now we also have ears. Ears. Can you touch your ear? It's here and here. How many ears do you have? We have 2 ears. Now, our 2 ears are used for hearing. The outer ear is made up of a pinna and a small hole where the sound goes in. Okay, so we have the pinna and the hole where the sound goes in. Okay, that is why we are able to hear because of the hole of our ears. Next, we have mouth. Mouth. Can you touch your mouth? Can you touch your mouth? Okay, good job. So, the mouth is used for speaking. Like what I'm doing right now, I am speaking or talking, and eating foods. Now, the outer part of the mouth is made up of hole and two lips, the lower lip and the upper lip. So two lips. And inside the mouth, there are teeth for chewing and tongue for taste. Tongue to taste. Okay? So if it's only one, you say tooth. Okay? For many tooth, we call it teeth. Let's have a science fact. The first baby tooth starts to grow when we are about 6 months old. We have set of 20 baby teeth when we are about 2.5 years old. Then they start to fall out when we are about 6 years old. After that, they are replaced with permanent teeth. So that is baby tooth. Now let's move on to nose. Can you point your nose? Where is your nose? Is it this one? No. Is it this one? No. Is it this one? Yes, it's the nose. Now, the nose is used for breathing and smelling. Inhale, exhale. It has two holes which are called nostrils. The two holes of our nose are called nostrils. Can you say that again? Nostrils. Nostrils. We also have our arms and hands. Arms and hands. We have two arms and two hands. Again, we have two arms and two hands. Each hand have 5 fingers. Let's count how many fingers do we have. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So each hand has 5 fingers. So what are the functions of our arms and hands? Arms help us when moving. Hands are used for carrying, okay? So this is called finger. Next, the hand. The hand holds our fingers. Okay, and of course, this is arm. The arm holds the hand holds the 5 fingers. Okay. And also, we have legs and feet. Legs and feet. How many legs do we have? We have 2 legs. How many feet do we have? We have 2 feet. Okay, so legs are used for moving. Feet help support the weight of the body. So our legs and feet work together. Okay, so this is called toe. The fingers of your feet are called toes. Okay, and now this is the foot. Foot holds our toes. So those are the outer parts. Now let's move on to the functions of the inner parts. Here are some inner parts and their functions. Let's start with the brain. The brain, can you still remember? So it is in the skull. Again, what is the skull? It is the bones of our head. So basically, it is inside our head. So again, what is the function of the brain? It controls other parts of the body. Okay, the brain controls the other parts of the body, our movement. Okay, so once again, we all have one brain. The brain controls how other parts of the body work. It is covered with the strong bones of the head called a skull. Okay, so we should protect our skull from any harm. Okay, so that's it. Now we also have the lungs. And what is the function of our lungs? Okay, we breathe air into our lungs. It cleans the air that we breathe Okay, that is the function of the lungs. And of course, we also have heart. Can you say that again? Heart. Okay, so it is in the middle of the chest. It is in the middle of the chest. Now, the heart pumps the blood around the body. What is the function of the heart? The heart pumps blood around the body. And of course, we have the stomach. Stomach. Can you say that again? Stomach. The stomach is at the left side of the lower belly. It's on the left side of the lower belly. Now, the stomach breaks down food. That is the function of the stomach. It breaks down the food that we eat. Okay, those were the outer parts and their functions. Now, I think it's time for activities. Okay, so for your activity, you open your science book to page 34. 3-4. The direction says, draw lines to match the picture to the functions. Let's try to read the instruction all together. Follow my arrow, okay? Draw lines to match the pictures to the functions. Draw lines to match the pictures to the functions. Okay, so on the left side, we have pictures of the parts of the body. And on the left side, we have the functions of the parts of the body. So what you're going to do is to draw a line, okay? Now, let's start with the picture number 1. Okay, so what is this? It's an eye, right? It's an eye. So what is the function of the eye? Is it seeing? Is it speaking and eating? Is it carrying? Is it hearing? Or control other parts of the body? What is the function of our eye? It's seeing. So if seeing is your answer, you draw a line, okay? So that's it. It's very easy, right? Okay, so number 2, we have our ears or ear because it's only one. So what is the function of the ear? Is it speaking, carrying, hearing, or control other parts of the body? Okay, what is your answer? It's hearing. Good job. Okay, next, number 3. How do you call it again? It's called brain. Okay, it's called brain. Now, the brain control other parts of the body. Did you get it right? Good job. Okay, now for number 4, we have mouth. We have mouth. So the function of the mouth is for what? We are only left with 2 choices. Is it speaking and eating or carrying? Of course, we use our mouth to speak and eat. Very good. And the last one, we have hand. Number 5 is hand. Of course, we are only left with 1 choice, so that is carrying. We use our hand to carry things. Okay. Next, for activity 2, the direction says, look at the picture and fill in the blanks. So let's look at this picture. Okay, what can you see? We have 2 kids. What are they doing? They are playing. They are running around. They are running around the ground. Now, let's read. Let's start with the 2 children blank. What are they doing again? They are running around. For the next one, you are going to choose your answer from these 2 circles. Let's try to read. To do the activity, your choices are, they use one part of the body. Did they use one part of the body only? Or they use more than one part of the body? Did they use more than one part of the body? What is your answer? If your answer is this one, you tick. Okay, if your answer is this one, they use more than one part of the body, then you tick. Okay, so basically they are running around. They didn't just use one part of the body, but they use more than one part of the body. So what are the parts of the body that they use in running around? They use, of course, their eyes, their arms, legs, and feet. Now, let's continue. To do the activity, the parts of the body work or do not work together. Again, you're going to tick the circles. Again, to do the activity, the parts of the body work or do not work together. Of course, they work together. Okay, they work together. Now let's continue. These parts are, again, so what are the parts of the body that they use? Can you repeat it again? The eye, the arms, and the legs. Okay, the eyes to see, the arms to help move, and then the legs and feet to run. So those are the parts of the body that they use in running around. Now for your homework, you can find that on page 44. 4. Okay, so the direction says, fill in the names of the missing body parts. Some body parts of this boy are missing. So what you're gonna do is to write the names of the body parts that are missing. Okay, so that is very easy. I think you can do that alone. And then for number 2, look at the picture and answer. So you are going to base your answers from these pictures of kids. Let's try to read. Do you think the boy can hit the watermelon? Why? So you choose between these two boxes again. So let's try to answer this one all together, okay? So let's take a look at this picture. As you can see, we have 3 kids. 1, 2, 3 kids. Now they are playing some game. Now, looking at this boy who has a blindfold and who is trying to hit this watermelon right here with a wooden stick, do you think he can hit the watermelon with the blindfold? Do you think he can hit the watermelon with the blindfold? I think he cannot hit the watermelon. Why? Because he has a blindfold. His eyes are covered, that is why he cannot see it. So again, maybe he cannot hit the watermelon because he cannot see with the blindfold. But he can also hit the watermelon because of the 2 friends. He can hit the watermelon because he can hear his friends who tell where the watermelon is. So maybe he cannot hit the watermelon because he cannot see it with the blindfold, or he can hit the watermelon because he can hear his friends who can tell where the watermelon is. Okay, so there are both possible answers. For the last question right here, how do his parts of the body work together for the activity? How? How do his parts of the body work together for the activity? So again, what are the parts of the body that he used in this game? He used his arm to hold the wooden stick. Also, he used his ears to listen to his friends. And of course, his feet and legs to move. Okay? So again, he used his ears for hearing, he used his hands in holding the stick, and legs and feet in moving. So I think you can do this alone. That's the end of our discussion. Class, if you are finished answering your activity and homework, you take a picture of your activities and then send it to the line group, okay? So you have to finish all your activities and homework and then send it to the line. I am going to start checking it now, okay? So that's it. Thank you so much for listening. Don't forget to answer your activities and homework. Stay at home, stay safe, and goodbye.